After what has been a long championship fight to the end, 4 drivers remain. For Shane Harr, 8 wins this season. Looking at making it 9 and throw a championship on top for Elijah Fisher. It is a return to try to make another championship run imaginable after taking Saturday night's championship from a very fast Stephen Henning Jr. For Mike Hauser, a season's worth of consistency and dominance, the regular season champion, looking to add one more win and a championship to his name. And for Josh Henderson, Hot Shot Henderson as he likes to be called now, it is to end one of the most incredible playoff runs and season turnarounds that has been seen in a long time. All of that will be covered tonight, live right here on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. 4 drivers, 4 the best. At the end of it, only one can call themselves the Inspired Racing League Cup Series champion. You see a look at Josh Henderson right now, 3rd quickest, the highest of the playoff drivers of the championship 4 even. Got to go down a ways in 5th to find Shane Harr. Again, 8 wins this season. By far the most dominant in championship season that has been seen in a long time. However, to get that championship, he has got to go through 3 more of the best. Right behind him on the standings, you will find Mike Hauser, the regular season champion. Has had a very rough last half of the playoffs, but due to some unfortunate events surrounding last week, him, Henderson, and Fisher both were able to lock themselves in. But there's no doubt in my mind that all 4 deserve to be here. Lastly, the slowest of the final 4, Elijah Fisher, slowing the back straight away, but for right now, it's game time. He's already won 1 championship this weekend, looking to sweep and take the double tonight. With that being said, well, we got 2 minutes left in practice, something I've been cooking for a long time. Other than Bash at the Beach, I will get to that later on. Real fast, we're going to cut away from the action, but you're going to see the stats of the final 4. It's going to take up the whole screen, so just be prepared. We're going to start with the most dominant driver this season, Shane Harr. 8 wins, 11 top 5s, 15 top 10s, 700 laps led with an average finish of 7.7, and thus being the inaugural Final 4 for the Cup Series at his first Final 4 appearance. For Elijah Fisher, as you look at him on the screen, 4 wins, 12 top 5s, 18 top 10s, 354 laps led with an average finish of 6.7. For Fisher, simply try to return to the top of the mountain. While we talk about them, Mike Hauser, what can be said? Arguably one of the most likable guys in Inspired Racing League. Mike Hauser will walk into tonight with 1 win, being a very emotional win at Chicagoland, might I add. 13 top 5s, 20 top 10s, 136 laps led, but an average of 5.7, leading the Final 4 tonight. And then lastly, but damn sure not least, started off the season slow. It was a very rough stretch, barely making it in to the playoffs, but now turning up the Jets with a win at North Wilkesboro, and from there a finish no less than 5th in the last 4 races. Josh Henderson with his 1 win at North Wilkesboro in the playoffs will walk into the night 9 top 5s, 16 top 10s, 193 laps led, and an average finish of 8.2. Ladies and gentlemen, them are your final 4 drivers, with qualifying about to start. 17 drivers on hand for tonight. And we're going to try to get a word with the final 4 before the race starts, probably after qualifying or during qualifying the runs are made. Because it's going to be a very long night, a very long 150 laps for all 4 drivers. It was a very long night for Elijah Fisher. So tonight, y'all can answer this question as Josh Henderson rolls that onto the racetrack. As soon as I type it out. So right now as qualifying starts, right now Henderson appears to be the only one other than Shane Harr on the track right now. Henderson looks to be posting the first lap of the final 4 tonight. Right now, Josh Henderson. Shane Harr is quick top of the board right now. Where's Henderson fall in? Second quickest. Fast lap by Shane. Elijah Fisher now. Right now, Henderson Hardy only wants to post a lap of the final 4 so far. Elijah Fisher coming off of turn 4, bit into the wall a little bit. Is that going to affect the lap time? It will not. Well, it will. It will be 9th quickest for Fisher. There's one more driver to add into the equation here. Mike Hauser, who has not even posted his lap yet. Shane Harr back into the pits. We'll get a quick word with Harr. Right now, Josh Henderson has completed his last. We're going to cut back to Elijah Fisher at the line. Should be a much better lap. It is 6th quickest. Now we'll focus back in on Mike Hauser, who, as a matter of fact, will jump up to 4th quickest for his first lap. Well, while we watch Mike Hauser, we'll get a word first with Shane Harr. Shane Harr, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Well, buddy, it's been 8 wins this season, a dominant. And I will say this, even though I know I'm not supposed to talk about the past, tonight is 5 years in the making. You've been close so many times. It's tonight, finally tonight, Shane Harr takes home a championship on the Cup Series level.
We sure hope so. It's going to take this full race here to, full concentration for it to happen.
Well, buddy, what is the plan tonight as far as trying to survive? It's a long 150 laps. You are one of the drivers that will be in the Final 4 tonight to run ARCA. What have you took away from Saturday night that can correlate into tonight?
Yeah, tires are going to be big. I feel this car has a little more speed, so it's probably going to burn the right front a little more than the ARCA car did even. So patience is going to be key, and I think you're going to find us all ripping the bottom.
All right, buddy. Well, for Shane Harr, best of luck to you tonight. Happy birthday, by the way. It'd be a hell of a way to get a birthday present.
I sure would, wouldn't it?
All right, buddy.
I appreciate you, Garrett. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Shane Harr starting on the pole tonight. That being said, we'll go ahead and get the regular season champion in here. With that being said, let's get in Mike Hauser. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Garrett. I got you. What's going on?
Well, buddy, the regular season champion. Has been a rough last half of the playoffs for you, but you got a new lease on life after last week. What's it going to take for the 43 to get here?
It's a good question, Garrett. I just came into tonight, um, thinking whatever happens, happens. I'm just really happy to be here racing for a championship, and I think it's kind of learn as you go for tonight. Obviously, we're going to be fierce out there. We're going to put it all on the line, but I can't help but just be happy with the position I'm in. So I think that's really going to help take a lot of weight off my shoulders going into tonight. And I got 3 very competitive guys I'm going against. So best luck to all of them. I know we're all going to battle really hard, really clean for it, and we're all going to have a good night no matter who wins this championship.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. We'll let you get ready for the pace laps here.
Thank you, Garrett.
Yep. That being said, before we get back with the interviews, I got to do the race intro here. So get rid of that. Turn on the driver's thing and also edit something real quick. All right, everybody. Welcome to the championship finale for the Inspired Racing League Cup Series. 7 extra sets of tires, 1 on your car, 6 in the pits, 156 laps on deck tonight. Pace car speed limit 65, pit speed limit 50. You get 1 fast repair, and I'm going to say this real quick, and I know I'm not on. I'll get the race control right after this. To the Final Four, congratulations on a hell of a season this year. It's been awesome watching you guys get to this stage. For everybody else, whether you've been here from Daytona or you're right here now, thank you to everybody who has made a season that will be one to remember for more good than bad. And from a race control standpoint, I appreciate all y'all letting me be able to show y'all on YouTube, be able to control these races as we go into next season. I wish everybody the best of luck. Best of luck to Aaron and Chris for taking the race control things. Best of luck to everybody who has made this season possible and will continue to do so for many, many more seasons. Thank you all. Let's go out with a bang tonight. That being said, I do got one more thing I got to do. And that should take care of that. So as the drivers take the Final Four would take their positions at the front. Let's get in Elijah Fisher. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Buddy. Yep.
Well, buddy, it's been one of the best seasons. I told you at the top of the show, this is the pinnacle. This is where all leagues strive to be at. Coming into the night, you've already got 1 championship, but this is for the biggest prize. How does Elijah Fisher feel right now?
A little nervous. We're 4 wide at the moment, so. But the nerves are kind of coming to me a little bit. I mean, I don't know what it is. You could say, the ARC is fun, and it was a good championship and everything. But this one is, I don't know. There's a lot more impact it has. So, little tense.
Well, buddy, I will ask you this question: What's going to be? What do you think is going to be the winning move tonight? Like,
I don't know. Just try to keep up.
Well, Elijah Fisher, first and foremost, thank you for putting this league on. We're glad to see a star-studded group for the Final Four. Best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And then
Good luck, Shane and Josh and Mike there.
there was one.
Props to a good season, y'all. We'll see who gets it. Best man wins.
Then there was one.
Garrett, can you do that heel well one more time? Good luck, bud.
Josh Henderson, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Good luck, guys.
I got you, buddy. How's it going?
It's going good. Josh Henderson, it has been an incredible season for you. Thus far has not been how you want it, but since North Wilkesboro 4 short weeks ago, you have really turned it up tonight. Does the 72 got one more Game 7 moment left in him?
I think we do, man.
You're
We're gonna bottom feed. We're gonna save the tires, and Shane's fast, so he's definitely the guy we're gonna beat. So, but we didn't come here to run second, man. We came here to win this thing. So let's see if we can pull it off.
All right, buddy. Is there anybody who want to shout out or thank real fast? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.
Yeah, thank all my boys watching. Cheer me on, fellas. Like I got Mex, Sky, Nick, Weston. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. But let's see if we can bring it home, guys. Should be a good race.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right. With that being said, a season's worth of work comes down to this. Shane Harr, Jason Williams brings them down to the restart zone. The championship finale is underway. Shane Harr under assault from Thomas Hernandez as they come down for lap 1. Give it to Shane Harr. Right now, Shane already establishing the early dominance. Josh Henderson and Mike Hauser 3rd and 4th. Elijah Fisher back in 9th as they thunder down the back straightaway. Well, right now, Harr already opened up the gap. Is already experiencing technical issues already. Does not surprise me. It'll come back up here in a second. There it is. So right now, Shane Harr continuing to lead. Josh Henderson has slid in a second. Shane fastest lap with a 32.673 down back straightaway. You look at Josh Henderson in second. Of course, right now, early in the race, nobody's really wanting to push the car a lot. Tires will probably be the big thing tonight, like they were the other night on Saturday night. Right now, the battle for, was the battle for 6. Mike Hauser slipping back into 7th. Right behind him, Elijah Fisher trying to make gains early. 3 wide on the bottom for Fisher. And of course, if you're Mike Hauser, a very emotional win at Chicagoland for the 43. A night that a lot of people will never forget, myself included. If you think that was good, imagine tonight if Mike Hauser will walk out of here as the champion. Oh, it'd be awesome. But he's got a long way to go. Then you'll find Elijah Fisher settled back in the 10th spot. The game plan for tonight is simple, like real life NASCAR. The best finisher out of the 4 will win tonight. That is the plan. That's what these drivers know. You're right on board with Elijah Fisher. Right now, much like how Saturday night went against Stephen Henning and Chris Lyotta for Fisher, was not a factor the entire night. Stayed in the back, rode in the back, was at the right place. And being in that position, being in that position is what got Elijah Fisher the championship. Will history rewrite itself as a little bit off the wall, off for turn 2? We'll have to see. Right now, we'll focus back in up front. You're right on board with Shane Harr again. 8 wins this season. Looking out back at Josh Henderson. There's Shane diving off hard into the corner. Henderson running that bottom. And right now, if you're Henderson, patience is a virtue. But it's going to be a tall order to beat Shane Harr tonight. Well, meanwhile, the championship drivers as they run first, second, 9th, and 10th. We all knew Shane Harr was going to be fast entering tonight. But I will not count out any of the other four. And I will tell you one more driver, though. He is not a part of the championship this year. Next year, he will be looking to take one, and that would be the 42 of Colton Ward. Well, Ward's already up. I believe it's already 6 spots from where he started this race. 5, actually. Aaron Stanton's the biggest mover of the race at +8 so far. Of course, a nice race is brought to you by Admin Box. They've been a sponsor for the last 3 or 4 races now. They'll be a sponsor going in next season. Thank you to Admin Box for joining the Inspired Cup Series and the Inspired Racing League in general and Inspired Marketing. Look forward to taking them 2 sponsors in the next season. All right, now Colton Ward on the move, getting around Mike Hauser. Sets his sights on Elijah Fisher. Meanwhile, at the front, Shane Harr opening up the lead just a little bit. On back through the field. Thomas Hernandez running in 3rd. Right behind him, Jason Williams. Jeffrey Peppers in 5th as the top 5, as a matter of fact. But right now, not much has happened. 11 laps, working lap 11, already 10 down, 146 to go left in the season. Well, meanwhile, Aaron Stanton on a tear already. Stanton started deep in the field. Not usually what we like to see out of the 27. But ultimately tonight, I mean, he said Saturday night this is one of his best tracks. So he loves this track. He can get around this track. He's already showing it. As you see, Fisher looks to the inside of Colton Ward. I'll be for the 9th spot. Looked under, then immediately went right back up to the top. Well, right now, a lot of work for the 4 and the 43 to 2 Fords coming into this championship tonight. But meanwhile, it's still Shane Harr leading from Homestead, Miami. And of course, if you don't know what your favorite driver looks like, it's not that hard. These are your championship drivers with the paint job they're running. As a matter of fact, you've probably already seen them tonight, but those just joining, and I know it blocks out Shane Harr a little bit, but them are your championship drivers for tonight. And right now, it's not hard to find 2 of them. First and second. Well, we talked about a lot of storylines coming in surrounding this Final 4 for Shane Harr. Of course, I'm really not supposed to talk a lot about where a lot of us came from before we jumped ship to iRacing, but a lot of us ran. But,
Urging yellow, Garrett. Urging yellow.
We'll get back to it. Elijah Fisher's involved.
Sorry about that.
Elijah Fisher, not much damage. We'll get damage enough that it's a meatball flag and a fast repair. All ready.
Next time when you're sliding down.
Well, Colton Ward also gets a piece of that. So does Aaron Stanton, Jason Williams, Lyota, Tyler Stone. We'll have to get back to the storylines in a minute. First, let's see what happens. Looks like a bottle. Oh, God. All right, hold on. All right, we got to slow this way down. Man, it's not going to be easy. My last night's race control. Right here looks like a bottleneck effect pretty much. Let's look at it here in slow motion, try to dissect this. So right here, we're already 3 wide, which there's room to go 3 wide. Looks like Stanton's going to get a run. Possibly come down right into the 42. Rerun that one more time. All right, here, Stanton. He's going to try to get around Williams, and evidently I am believing he simply misjudges. And he misjudges either way. The 27 does come down. Across the 42. And from there, Elijah Fisher is going to take a massive hit. Here, so we get into the back Colton Ward. Here comes Stephen Henning sneaking through the bottom. Man, not how tonight wanted to start for Elijah Fisher. Go ahead and get the race control part out the way. Alright, so after review of this incident, 27 comes across the 42's bumper, triggering the incident, and 27 will get the EOL for this caution. Thank you. Alright, let's go back live, see if we can't get a... Well, the good news for Elijah Fisher, he has a fast repair. Bad news is for Elijah Fisher, 140 laps to go. You only get 1 fast repair in the chamber. Top 5 drivers stayed out there. Actually, your top 5 right now as they run. Josh Henderson, the leader. Thomas Hernandez, Robert Will Hoyt, Joseph Maddox, Darcy Harr. The top 5, and they are the ones who stayed out. We can't get where with Elijah Fisher real fast. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. Got a quick copy.
Yep.
Well, buddy, not how you want to start this race. We've already seen the fast repair already done and gone. How is this going to affect the next 139 laps for the 4?
I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss of words right now. Thought we were safe. I didn't see anything in the mirror. It was telling me they're wrecking on the outside. And I don't know. There was nothing I could do. Just kept my lane and only saw the 42 on my outside, and we just got clipped. And that's racing, I guess.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you. Your fight's not over with yet. We'll look forward to see how it plays out. So a very already dejected Elijah Fisher now has to play it safe. As for the other 3, they will still have 1 fast repair in the chamber. Right now, as they restart, Josh Henderson in first, Shane Harr 6th, Mike Hauser, Elijah Fisher 11th and 12th. We're rolling again. Remember, top 5 stayed out under this caution. Well, the best thing for us to do right now is go. Because right now, once Shane Harr gets around these cars, it's going to be on. Right now you see Hernandez looking to the bottom of Henderson for the lead. Thomas Hernandez trying to get clear with Henderson getting a run off the corner. Here comes a massive run from the back from the 21. Hernandez clear. Henderson's going to try to cross them over as they go to the bottom of the track. Henderson down to the bottom again. I was surprised Hernandez was able to use the bottom so great. Here comes Harr with another massive run. Well, Shane Harr immediately back to the bottom of the racetrack. Of course, Harr pitted. Here comes Elijah Fisher. Well, forget the fast repair. It's all or nothing. Fisher's going to dive it all the way to the apron. 4 wide. Back to 3. Elijah Fisher surging ahead up to 2nd. The fastest fish on earth up to 3rd. Forget the fast repair. Think he's driving with a little bit of anger. Tyler Stone off the wall, mid-pack. Tyler Stone's still slow right now. Out of harm's way. It appears something is broke on the 25. It will be a meatball flag. And a tough break for Tyler Stone already. Meanwhile, at the front, Henderson off the wall just a little bit. Not enough to affect the car. Henderson falling back on new tires. And right now, the two cars that have dominated a lot this season to combine for 12 wins. Elijah Fisher and Shane Harr, 1 and 2. Well, right now, try to mention the past earlier. You cannot mention the past and where we all came from. A lot of us came from without mentioning the battles that these two have had over the years. The numerous times the fight for the championship. And right now, we're getting yet another chapter where Shane running the middle is not running the bottom like you would see a lot of drivers, especially not from Saturday night, kind of running that middle lane. You see Fisher's going to dive it down to the bottom again. Well, Fisher not able to get to run. Shane tonight.
Bobby, you weren't clear, bud.
We look back. Okay. No harm, no foul. We keep it straight. But another chapter tonight for these two. But back to the little history with Shane Harr. Not the first time Shane's been in this position. Before we jumped to iRacing, we ran on the PS5 on the Heat series like a lot of drivers, like a lot of leagues did, as Fisher off the wall again. But like a lot of leagues, we came from the console side to the PC side. We found iRacing, we loved it, we jumped on there. But for Shane Harr, as many times as he's been close to a championship, with this group of drivers, it has not came to fruition yet. In dominant fashions, 8 wins this season is tonight the night. Shane Harr can knock that door down. We'll know in 131 more laps. Going to be 131 ever to cross the green flag. Ironically, for Elijah Fisher, in the past, a 3-time champion on the console side of things, on the NASCAR Heat side of things. But it has not been the season I certainly expected from the 4. And I do not mean that as if it's been a bad season. It's been a great season. 4 wins. Indianapolis, Mount Panorama, to name 2 of them. But it has not been the kind of season that I really expected from the 4. Though it's been a 4-win season, it's also been, in a way, a quiet season for Elijah Fisher. A lot of top 5s, but of course it's the win category. But nonetheless, it is exactly where Elijah Fisher needs to be in the Final 4. He's more or less, he has earned it, believe it or not. He has earned the right to be here. Clutch moments. Also thinking back to Sonoma. Was able to win the race on that last lap pass. Of course, Indianapolis. Mount Panorama, where he led every lap near about en route to that win. And the other one will come to me the other one will come to me here in a minute. But even Elijah said it has not been the season he thought it was going to be. But nonetheless, it is still, in a lot of eyes, a championship performance season. The only thing left to do for Fisher, the only thing left for Fisher to do is take the championship. We'll go down to Mike Hauser. Of course, when we did the Inspired Racing League preseason, Hauser, 2 wins. Both at, let's see, what were they? One was Darlington, one was Martinsville. From there, Mike burst onto the scenes. However, whenever the actual season started, it was not the season that Mike even said. He felt like on several occasions he could be up there, had a chance to win. Unfortunately, not able to put it together. It ate away at the driver to 43 for many months. Chicagoland. His day came in one of the most emotional interviews I've ever had to do. Mike Hauser, tears of joy that night, and I've said it once, I'll say it one more time. Can you imagine what it'll be like if the 43 will walk out of here the champion? With that being said, there ain't but one left. Josh Henderson, though on much older tires, has fell back to 12th. Much like Mike Hauser, it was a strong preseason. But as the season started, it was, in my opinion, a hit or miss. It really was. Races Henderson could win, the victory will be yanked from him. In times where he just was not a contender all night. All that changed when the playoffs arrived. After Daytona led to most laps, was able to qualify in on points to make the Elite Eight. From there, pretty much just said the afterburners were turned on for the 72. He went from being just Josh Henderson to Hot Shot Henderson. With a win at North Wilkesboro, since then, a finish no worse than 5th. For Josh Henderson right now on older tires, possibly playing the strategy game. We won't know until the end of this thing and see what happens. But for Henderson, as I asked him in the interview, does he have one more Game 7 moment? He thinks he does. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But for now, we'll focus back in on Shane Harr and Elijah Fisher running that high lane. Fisher really getting that wall a lot, and I am surprised. Got to be careful. Every time you hit that wall, even without a fast repair now, especially without a fast repair, every time you hit that wall in some way, shape, or form, it can be so minor. But every time you hit that wall, it's adding more and more damage for Fisher. The high line, you get a great run off the corner, in the wall again. Need to check something real quick. Use that 130. I ain't worried about it. But for Fisher right now, trying to play it safe. Shane Harr going to try to take that third lane away from him. All right now, as many times as Shane Harr might have cut Elijah Fisher a break this season, I got to imagine tonight you can't cut no breaks. Fisher looking back to the bottom again, not clear this time. Down the front straightaway, give it to Shane Harr again. Fisher will blend back in line and retry it down the back straightaway. Right now we'll ride on board. Look at Shane Harr's dashboard. Yeah, great look at that Ford Mustang. Freaky fast Jimmy Johns. Fisher in the wall again. But the dirty air is really playing a factor off of it a second time. Well, no, Shane Harr's difference. Fisher going to drive it in hard again. 3/4 throttle. Going to be easy back into the gas. Get probably about full throttle, about 3/4 down the back straightaway before dropping it back down again. Well, Fisher will slide back in line for the moment. Oh, well, probably won't be the last time I do this tonight, but this will be one of the last Inspired Marketing through the field for this season. First, you look at the first two, the highest of the championship four right now. Shane Harr, Elijah Fisher 1 and 2. You go about 2.7 seconds back from the leader. You'll find Colton Ward, the Saturday night winner, led 88 of 156 laps en route to the win. Right behind him, you'll see Aaron Stanton, Mike Hauser, and off in the distance, Jeffrey Peppers. That is 3rd through 6th. There's Mike Hauser. And there's Peppers rocking one of my favorite Monster Energy paint jobs, I must say. On back behind him, you'll see Tyler Stone 1 lap down in 17th spot. Right in front of him, the rock star, number 60, Chris Liotta. But right now, Liotta flirting with the wall a lot. He got Bobby Hadaway right in 8th in that Napa number 52 Chevrolet. Trying to make a lot of gains right behind him after taking a couple weeks off. Brent Hammerhand is back for the championship finale. Right now battling Jason Williams for the 9th position. Williams with a brand new paint job, brand new sponsor on the car. Doing a very great job tonight, right outside top 10. One of the drivers that elected not to pit under the first caution, Thomas Hernandez. Right now in 11th. Hernandez had great speed earlier. Josh Henderson, as a matter of fact, is in the pits. The first of the championship drivers, of course, one of them did not pit under this last caution. We went 40 laps.
01 pitting in, 01 pitting in.
Justin Mass will be in this time as well. So Henderson is out. We'll keep on going through the field. You'll find the runner-up from Saturday night in the ARCA Series Championship, Stephen Henning, right now running in 12th. A very emotional Stephen Henning after, man, it's hard to say. After ARCA, you mean you heard his voice, he was heartbroken, one mistake, and that would be one thing we'll have to look for tonight as Robert Wilhoit as well is in the pits. Getting on and off pit road will be so critical. You saw it Saturday night with Henning. A couple inches too far into the pit box, had to back up. That would ultimately put the nail in the coffin for Henning's championship. That is something to watch for tonight with the final 4. Right behind Henning in 13th, Darcy Harr in the Chevron Toyota Camry. Right now running in the 13th spot. Another one of them that did not pit under this last caution. Right now, Darcy Lascar on the lead lap. Justin Max has came to a stop, though he's off. Although he's off the racing surface, that would not be a caution. Elijah Fisher in this time. Or actually just leaving. Well, Fisher, perhaps a strategy call. That was a 26-lap run for the 4. Either that or the tires were finally yelling at him to change them. He was pushing hard. Fisher will come out now 1 lap down in 12th. The thing about it is, you've still got 2 more that have not pitted. You got Shane Harr and you got Mike Hauser. And you see Robert Wilhoit getting around Shane. Possibility. Josh trying to stay on the primary. Pit strategy. Go as long as you can. Trying to offset them. Of course, Shane Harr, among others, pitted. Matter of fact, the top 9 drivers pitted under the last caution. Justin Max in, too fast entering. He'll serve that black flag. You look at the Raging Idiot Racing Network pit strategy. And right now you see Colt Ward here standing up 13 spots before they started. But notice the top 9. Darcy are in this time, but the top 9 pitted under the last caution. So really upset the strategy. Well, I'm interested to see how it played out. Strategy played out a lot in Saturday night.
77 pitting in.
Right now, let's see the poll results from earlier in the race. 50% say Josh Henderson. 40% Shane Harr. 10% Elijah Fisher, and Mike Hauser with 0. Folks, I'm going to say this. Don't you ever count out Mike Hauser for anything. Don't count out none of these guys. Right now, Shane Harr has led 41 laps so far tonight, 110 to go. Still a very long way to go in the championship finale. Colton Ward. Here comes Elijah Fisher trying to get his lap back. Well, these 4 right here in the frame. Shane Harr, Colton Ward, Elijah Fisher, Aaron Stanton. A lot of great battles this season to look at. A lot of them. From Rockingham between Harr and Ward. Nashville, Harr and Ward. Michigan with Harr, Ward, and Aaron Stanton. But who can forget the four-way battle with a handful of laps between all four of these drivers in what was an amazing race at Bristol. Right now, we'll set up for another one. Elijah Fisher will get his lap back on fresher tires.
Not a problem. I was just stopping that you were coming refreshing.
Thomas Hernandez, black flag. Hernandez almost missed his pit road. A gut blow for Thomas Hernandez, just like Justin Math, potentially too fast entering or too fast exiting. Regardless, the 22 just lost time missing the pit lane. It's going to be even worse now because he's still got to come in and serve it. Brent Hammerhand exiting the pit lane. Pitting. Right now, Colton Ward has cut that gap from 1.2 now, and Stanton both, to now under a second.
Josh, I'm gonna take 9. Thank you.
Well, right now, the championship.
Hey, Tom, by the way, for reference, you're in the 22 this week. Just keep that in your head.
Well, for the championship 4, as they run, Shane Harr in first, Mike Hauser fourth. If the race was over now, as Mike Hauser's coming in. Well, he's the first driver under the alternate strategy, pitting under that first caution. He is the first one in, other than Elijah Fisher. He is the third of the 4 playoff drivers in now. A lot of strategy already being played now. How far will Shane go? As right now he is battling Colton Ward and Aaron Stanton, soon to be for the lead. Right now, as I was saying before that, Mike Hauser was in the 4th spot. Now he will be 1 lap down. Elijah Fisher in 10th. Josh Henderson in 11th. Right now down the back straightaway. Colton Ward looking for the lead on Shane Harr. And right now, Colton Ward to the front. Is there any surprise? No, not really. You're right on board with the Sporky. Get a great look. Well, now I believe Shane Harr is starting to fade out here. I really believe that Aaron Stanton will move into second. Right now you get a great look as they enter turn 1 and 2. So for the first time tonight, Colton Ward leads. Ward Ashton with the fastest lap of the race at 32.531. All right, now, point of the race now, you're pretty much waiting. You still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers. Make it 8 who have not pitted off the primary strategy, or the alternate strategy now, I should say. Right now, Justin Maddox up there amongst the top 3, 6 laps down. They're serving his penalty. Hernandez 2 laps down after serving his. Darcy Harr 2 laps down as well. Right now, if there was a caution, it would be Mike Hauser. Fun fact here, 2 championship rivals, and now they're battling for the free pass. Well, right now, they're biding their times. That's really what they're doing. They're biding their time, and they're waiting. And they're waiting for Harr to pit. They're waiting for, well, I don't know if they'll be waiting for Elijah Fisher to pit. Fisher now on a 14-lap run as they stand. Right now, they're battling out, expecting a caution at some point with 100 laps to go. Matter of fact, Hauser with a great run off the corner. Henderson, not sure what the issue was, but had to get out the gas. Right now, Colton Ward still leading. There's a 41-lap stint for the top 3. Really for the top 7, all the way down to Jason Williams in the Vexus Chevrolet. Right now, 24 seconds behind. We just talked about Elijah Fisher. Darcy Harr's broke. We'll look back and see what happened.
Your review, turn 125, lap 57, coming 58.
Not 25, not 25.
35 pit.
Being that there is no spin, we will keep it green. Make sure Darcy gets back to the pit lane.
35 pitting.
For massive damage for Darcy Harr, he'll get on the pit road safely. We keep it green. Well, might have Shane Harr in this time. Be very critical again on the pit stops. Mike Hauser looking to lap himself, and he will. Enough to get it woed down.
40 pitting.
Gotta get it woed down into the pit lane enough. It's gonna be a long ways down the pit lane. Colton Ward will be in this time as well. And Aaron Stanton. Well, Harr does make it into the pits. We'll see. It'll probably just be a traditional 4-tire stop. And it is. Well, meanwhile, Jeffrey Peppers, not sure if he is pitting in right now or not. Hadaway and Lyota will be the last ones on the primary strategy to pit as Shane Harr down and away. Ward and Stanton's in. Peppers will stay out to lead a lap. Well, not officially, not this time. Right now, top 3, Peppers, Hadaway, Lyota. The championship is concerned. Elijah Fisher now holding it firmly in the grasp of his hand. Of course, on a 19-lap stint here, we'll have to see how it pays out for the 4. Right now. Well, you hear Jeffrey Peppers will be in this time.
60 pitting in.
Lyota, and now there'll be 1. Bobby Hadaway. And the lead will go to Elijah Fisher.
12 pitting in this time.
Ending as well. Well, Hadaway will stay out, and Bobby Hadaway will officially lead his first laps of the race tonight. With 93 laps to go.
'52's pitting in. '52's pitting in.
All right, so with Bobby Hadaway pitting this time, the lead will go to Elijah Fisher. What a big key is right now, where there's one good Where there's one positive thing, there's one negative thing. The bad part for Elijah Fisher is right now, Mike Hauser, where Fisher is on a 22 lap old tires, Mike Hauser is on 13. Add a little bit more to that. Shane Harr just came out the pits right now. Harr only 12.8 seconds back. Doesn't sound like a lot until you incorporate new tires for Josh Henderson. 25 lap run on his tires, the highest amount for the final four right now. Look at the gap shrinking. Matter of fact, let's see if we can't get our lap time history. As a matter of fact, we'll just look at Elijah Fisher. There you see it. The difference on tires shows in the lap times. Green across the four for Hauser.
I think this race is supposed to be 150 laps. It's already scheduled here, so it's all good.
Just now noticing that. All right, now we'll see how faster.
I noticed that right when I loaded in section 2. I was like,
Another eight, almost a second faster than Fisher right now. We're right on board with Mike Hauser.
oh, it's just the last
We're right now to championship as they stand. Fisher first, Hauser
Sorry,
second,
Elijah.
Harr and Harrison fourth and sixth. Well, 89 laps to go. We got two, so Robert Wilhoit will see what the issue was. Just a little hard into the wall. Fisher as well. But right now, Elijah Fisher still leads over Mike Hauser. Colton Ward will take another Inspire Marketing through the field. Well, there you see right now the championship leader, Elijah Fisher. About 4.7 seconds back, you'll get Mike Hauser running in second. 3 seconds back, you got third and fourth. Shane Harr, Colton Ward, way on back behind them by about 3 seconds. Aaron Stanton right now ran out the top 5. The last of the championship 4. Josh Henderson running in 6th spot. Jeffrey Peppers in 7th. He'll go to the last car on the lead lap. Brent Hanrahan in the 95 right now running in 8th. The first car, 1 lap down. Jason Williams, followed by Bobby Hadaway coming in screening that Napa, number 52. Right now, Hadaway and Williams both on fresher tires. They're going around the 4 to get their laps back. Chris Lyota right behind Harr and Ward and Hauser. Right now sitting in 11th. Thomas Hernandez right now.
In turn 4. Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Right now, Thomas Hernandez all over the back bumper of Josh Henderson. Right now, Hernandez 1 lap down. Stephen Henning as well, 1 lap down in 13th. Tyler Stone got one of his laps back. Right now, 1 lap down. Will Hoyt at 15th, the only car 2 laps down. Darcy Harr, the only car 3 laps down right now in the 16th spot. And Justin Maddox, 5 laps down in the 17th position. Fisher off the wall again, it looks like. Never mind, look in the background. Here comes Ward and Harr. For 84 laps. remaining in the season. Still a lot can happen within that 84 laps. And right now, as it stands, at least between the four, on fresh tires they're all even, but you're seeing how big the tire game is playing. Mike Hauser now on 22 lap old tire, Elijah Fisher now on 31. Colt Ward and Shane Harr on 12 and 13 lap old tires respectfully. This is where the tires are going to play a factor. This is where strategy is going to play a massive role for tonight. I believe Brent Hammerhand spun it coming into the pits. He did a hard hit. Unfortunately, it's on the pit lane, no caution. We keep it green as Colton Ward has gotten around and Shane Harr has gotten around Elijah Fisher. And now the points switch again. Shane Harr back into championship lead. Right now 3 to 4 run. Second through fourth, Henderson in sixth right now with 81 to go. Well, of course, you ain't got, of course, these two again. Another chapter in these two's little rivalry that's been nothing but straight up just racing each other hard. There's been no dirty tactics. There's been no arguing at the end of it. This is merely a rivalry to see who is the best. Who is the best? Who are the forerunner of these two? Which is the forerunner going into next season? Personally, I mean, I'm not taking away nothing from the rest of the drivers in this league. But maybe other than a very select handful of people, I think Colton Ward has had Shane Harr's number a lot throughout this season. The only reason Ward...
Sorry, Josh, I was working. You're good.
The only reason Ward is not involved in the championship right now is because Ward joined this league about a week too late to be eligible for the playoffs. But that has not deterred the 42 from simply trophy hunting, as he calls it. And right now, like I said, just as far as having Shane Harr's number, I think Ward is a very strong contender. This is one of the reasons I look forward to next season. Because next season, if you think this Final Four was good, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till next season. Because I have no doubts in my mind Colton Ward will be a part of it along with Shane Harr. And I'll go out on a limb and I'll say Elijah Fisher will be a part of the Final Four next year. There were 3 of my 4 picks already. As for the 4th and final spot, the way this season has been, the way the playoffs have been, I can't pick a winner. I cannot pick a 4th guy right now. Right now, this is the battle for 2nd in the championship and the battle for 4th between Elijah Fisher and Mike Hauser. Right now, Fisher up 3 spots from where he started this race. I think right now the tire's starting to affect the Ford just a little bit. Well, of course, both made 2 pit stops. Not what I was hoping it would show me. There it is, pit lap. So there you see it. Mike Hauser pit on lap 51. Elijah Fisher much later on lap 42. Right now it is playing a massive gap into.
Just enjoying a Thunder drive.
I'm enjoying watching the leaders.
These two are not human. As far as Colton Ward and Shane Harr goes, Justin, I've got to believe you on that one. Right now, the admin box biggest movers of the race. As a matter of fact, Colton Ward up 14 spots where he started. And Aaron Stan up 13 spots from where he started. Of course, it's got to be an emotional race for Aaron Stanton. As for Monday nights and racing on the Cup side of things, this will be Aaron Stanton's last race for the foreseeable future, as he'll be taking the reins of race control on Monday nights, starting in Season 2. But right now, it's just pretty much Colt Ward and Shane Harr right now. Leading, you'll get a look from the Raging Blimp Cam, or the Raging Idiot Blimp Cam, as I'll say it. Looking high above the Homestead International Speedway. Really hope there's not a Raging Idiot controlling this blimp. Would not surprise me if there was. But right now, you get a good look as now Shane kind of, I believe, just content to ride in line. Well, as far as the rest of the week goes, as far as racing, pretty sure we'll have HGR on tap Wednesday through Friday, along with BDS on Friday night. Unsure what the first race will be, but Saturday night, round 2 of the Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series. Coy Wright, your winner this past Saturday night from Daytona to kick off the season and earn him a playoff spot. The new winning your end system has already guaranteed Coy Wright will be racing for a championship so long as he makes the minimum amount of starts. You can follow that season along live on the Raging Idiot Racing Network on Saturday nights at midnight.
I'm going to be pitting here, Josh.
Well, there you hear it. Elijah Fisher will be in this time after a 43-lap stint and another strategy call, 4-4 perhaps.
I'm just out here so I don't get fined at this point.
Well, no, Elijah Fisher has gone probably about as far as any other driver can go. He's gone 43 laps on this stint. Stamina to go with 43. 7 to go. He's going to be going 43 laps. Doing the math here. $86. So this might, fuel or tire wise, this might potentially be the last pit stop for Fisher. Justin, I know you're still in the chat section. Can you confirm that for me, buddy? Well, right now, while we wait on that, we'll continue to see Colt Ward and Shane Harr go 1-2. Aaron Stanton 3.2 seconds behind them. The third spot, Mike Hauser in fourth. And Josh Henderson has slid back now. Well, Henderson has made a pit stop about 11 laps ago on lap 75. So now, just interesting to see how all the strategy is working out. Of course, right now, Henderson 1 lap down, trying to get his lap back, going around Mike Hauser, who was in fourth right now. $68 to go, 67 this time. Well, right now, pretty much everybody still in the lead lap is on the primary strategy, except maybe Mike Hauser. Everybody else within 24 to 29 laps. going right on board with Shane Harr because I believe I'm hearing something so familiar. Shane Harr rolling a lot through the corner. Well, Justin, I appreciate your help nonetheless. So potentially, Fisher still one more stop in the race. We'll have to wait and see. You're right on board with Shane Harr. Now, for a second, I thought him or Colton Ward. It's Ward. Colton Ward right now is pushing that clutch in. Very identical to what he did Saturday night. Trying to make it maybe a one stop. Unsure right now. Let's look at the pit strategy link. As Ward continues to glide in. Him and Shane both went 45 laps this last stint. Now right now they're on 32 and 31. With 64 laps to go. Elijah Fisher a 2X. We'll see what it was if it's a 2X for the 4. Elijah Fisher meatball. Man, oh man. Massive damage to that right front of meatball flag. There's damage. It's got to be fixed for Elijah Fisher. This is, Mike Hauser spins coming into the pits. Saves it. But the damage is done. Perhaps to both of them. Elijah Fisher will have to pit and fix the required damage that iRacing is saying that he has. This is a gut punch to the championship hopes for Elijah Fisher. Mike Hauser, not an easy pit stop as well. Hauser is in, slid through the entrance. 2 of the championship contenders with trouble late in the going. Let's see what happened to Fisher.
77 coming in this time, 77 coming in.
Goes into the corner. Not sure what happened, but massive hit to the outside wall. See if we can get a look at the right front. Not much damage that I see. Unsure why it given the meatball. But regardless, it is what it is. Why is this important? The 4 already used his fast repair. He is back out. Clearly not much required damage. But one has to wonder what optional damage is left. So let me explain this into terms. You have 2 different types of damages. You got the required. When you see a meatball, or I say there's a meatball on so-and-so, is required damage. iRacing is telling you have to fix the damage before you can continue racing. Sometimes the damage is too much, you will be done. But then you have the optional damage where you can choose to fix or suffer through it. A lot of the times, if you got like 29 or 30 seconds worth of required damage, you have at least anywhere from 2 to possibly 15 minutes worth of damage. And I don't mean game time. I mean you will be sitting there. It's about 10 o'clock on the East Coast. You will sit there till probably 10:15 if you fix it all in one setting. For Fisher, 2 laps down. It is a massive blow to this championship run for the 4. Well, Mike Hauser in no easy boat neither. Let's look back at Mike Hauser and see what happened to him entering the pits. Just comes in. Well. Here it is. Okay, I just did not click it one too many times like a dummy. Putting the idiot in there for a reason, a raging idiot. Yeah, just the transition of the banking is what got him. And Hauser is going to miss the wall. Unfortunately, that really affects the pit stop. But right now, Colton Ward continues to lead. We'll be following the Elijah Fisher. We'll be following the Elijah Fisher Mike Hauser story. Right now, though, the championship 4 as they run. Shane Harr in second. You got to go to Josh Henderson. Right now, Henderson is in the 7th spot, 1 lap down. Mike Hauser in 9th, 1 down. Elijah Fisher in 15th, 2 laps down. Well, right now, it has been a massive blow. The winner from Saturday night. Not sure who that was, but it sounded like they were in a lot of pain. Well, right now, only 3 cars still on the lead lap. That is Shane Harr, Colton Ward, and Jeffrey Peppers. Identical. Merely eerily identical to which ARCA race was it? Darlington. Well, 55 to go, and we were waiting to see how the championship would play out. And for right now, shocking twist, but still a long way to go and plenty of time to recover. Oh!
My bad, Shane. Not expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Well, let's see what happened there. Oh, Colton checking him up, and Aaron a bit of a shot. No hard, no foul, but man. Well, Shane had gone completely around. It would have been a caution, and Josh Henderson would have been probably the happiest man on earth right now. But for right now, they keep it straight. Stanton looks back to the outside. But here, Colton Ward still saving. Aaron Stanton now will lead for the first time tonight. Oh, no, he won't. He's going to get his lap back. Crap, I keep forgetting right, but 3 cars on the lead lap. Well, right now, get a look at Aaron Stanton. 52 laps to go. Right now, still, of course, I'm impressed because right now, Ward and Harr has gone further than what they have gone to last, or they've actually, no, they've tied how far they've gone to last stint. 44 and 45 respectively. Question the damage just on the back of that 21 though. If we can get a camera angle, I don't really see nothing. Compared to, we cannot get a look at the left rear. Nothing. Ironically, nothing. Here's Shane really rolling out the gas. Let's ride on board and watch how the 8-time winner is tackling this course. Lifting way early and clutching back in. Very easy on the throttle. Well, folks,
35 fitting the stand.
I will say this. This will not be the last time you see Shane Harr on the Rage Get It Racing Network after this season over with. between now and season 2, because
52 pitting
if nothing does not happen to neither of the three, Shane Harr, Josh Henderson, Jason Williams will be one of the ones competing in the first ever Bash at the Beach Super Late Models from Myrtle Beach
Stay low
Speedway
here, Mike.
this Sunday. $36 entry fee if we can get 60 drivers. If we can get 60 drivers, $500 to the winner. Not to mention all the money being handed out in the heat races in the LCQ. If we get 60 drivers, it'll be going from 60 to 36 for the featured through the heat races, the LCQ, and the provisional. You're not going to want to miss it, I assure you, because you got some of the best that Inspired Racing League has to offer in Shane Harr, in Jason Williams, and in Josh Henderson. We'll be fighting for whatever prize money comes out of it. But that is not until this Sunday, the 17th. Shane Harr in this time. Well, Harr off the banking. Almost spins it out. Hang on to her, buddy. Well, Harr in this time. Colton Ward pitted right before him. Well, this is going to open up a lot of ground for a lot of drivers that were a lap down. Aaron Stanton will stay out this time. He's actually going. Well, no, Stanton's pitted early, 15 laps to go. Aaron Stanton will take the lead with 46 laps to go. Robert Wilhoit, black flag. Well, I don't even know if I want to cover this. Elijah Fisher tonight goes from bad to worse into the wall again, this time significantly harder, and this time looks like it breaks the tire rod. Let's actually see. Fisher will get back to the pits. Another meatball, even more damage done. If the championship was not over before. Much as I hate to say this, it's over now. That, again, it sucks for Elijah. 4 wins this season. I talked to him earlier today. I said, you've made it to the pinnacle of sim racing and NASCAR, video gaming alike. He felt confident going into the night. Unfortunately, it would not be the night that Elijah Fisher envisioned. New twist, however, for the first time tonight. Mike Hauser is leading the championship. We're pitting 19 laps before Shane Harr, immediately right behind him in the distance. Right now, Mike Hauser leading. Well, Mike Hauser will complete where we have seen all 4 of the championship 4 drivers lead a lap. Wow. Some point in this race, all 4 championship 4 drivers have led the championship tonight. But here comes Shane Harr on 2-lap fresher tires. Shane Harr immediately down to the bottom track to resume the lead. Shane Harr back out front. Well, by lead, I mean the championship lead, not the actual race lead right now. That belongs to Aaron Stanton, leading the race, putting Stephen Henning 2 laps down. Well, right now, For Aaron Stanton, it'll be a walk-off for the ages. His last Cup race for the foreseeable future. Do not think that we'll be seeing the last of Aaron Stanton. Saturday nights, whenever they start back, Stanton will be a contender in that series. But for Monday nights in the Cup side of things, Stanton will be taking my job as race control. I will be solely broadcasting the Inspired Racing League, bringing you incredible action like we've seen this whole season and tonight. We still got a long way to go. 40 laps and still 3 drivers capable of winning. Josh Henderson just pitted 5 laps ago. You gotta think Henderson stayed out longer. It's got to be a strategy call for the 72. It's got to be. Personally, I think Henderson's got more to show than what he's shown so far. Had a very strong car earlier in the race, stayed out. But really, since staying out, he has not been a factor since. Right now, Henderson runs 3rd in the championship. 1 lap down in 6th. The first car, 1 lap down. But going in a miracle. Meanwhile, Aaron Stanton's just pitted, coming out of the pits now.
Oh, one pitting.
So, Colton Ward and Shane Harr, a battle for the lead. For Shane Harr, still a championship on the line. Shane Harr back out front. And Shane Harr on 2 lap better tires than Colton Ward. 37 laps to go. Elijah Fisher coming back out onto the racetrack. Well, give him props. Still damage to the 4, but give him props. No quit, still in this number 14, but 10 laps down. But meanwhile, Ward gets loose off of Peppers. What a save by Colton Ward. Well, right now, Peppers trying to get his lap back. Matter of fact, it was not Josh Henderson. That was 1 lap down. The first car 1 lap down, it is Peppers, but now if Peppers can get around the 21, he'll get his lap back. Well, Peppers does indeed get his lap back from Shane Harr. Well, right now, 35 to go, and it's got to feel agonizingly long if you're Shane Harr. You know, right now, his closest competitor for the championship is Mike Hauser, 8.5 seconds back, making it 9.1. It has got to be incredibly long. Each lap feels like it's getting longer and longer. But right now, if he's still in the chat, I'm going to ask my strategy analyst, pretty much my Larry Mack, Justin Millicar, if you're still in the chat, buddy, I'm going to show you these stats right here. Ward and Harr on a 13, 15 lap stint. Can they possibly make it from here on out? I'll give you time to answer that as you look at the Raging Idiot Racing Network pit strategy link, or pit stop strategy, pretty much. And this is the lap that they pitted on. 108, 110. Well, wait for that. Right now, we're going to assume that they can. You look back at Mike Hauser right now, third in the race, second in the points. He's on a 31 lap stint. Is there anything left in the tank for the 43? Is there one last Hail Mary? A caution would change everything. A caution would also change a lot. With Josh Henderson right now in 6th still, but the first car now 1 lap down. Well, right now, Elijah Fisher off the wall again. Just saw it pop up on my. Just saw it pop up on my race control log. For intensive purposes, I got to be sure because it is another meatball flag. That car is severely broke again. Be sure it gets to the pit road good. And he's actually going to spin it. Of course, solo car spin. We're actually going to look back, be sure there weren't no contact with another car. And man, I hate doing this. I really do. Nah. There it wasn't, but the car's still not cooperating. Brent Hammerhand is in the pits. Before back on pit road. As is the 95 of Hammerhand. Tyler Stone as well on pit road. Of course, Tyler was 1 lap down, but right now in the pits it will go more. Well, the question is now, does Colton Ward got anything for Shane Harr? Well, right now, Shane Harr is running right behind Jeffrey Peppers. Right now, I believe Colton Ward is just lying in wait. Harr is going to dive to the bottom of the 2. Well, Peppers fighting hard to stay on the lead lap.
77 pitting.
Thomas Hernandez will be in this time. Well, for Hernandez, this was a solid night early, but of course, the strategy game has not played out for the 77 as well. Not to mention a black flag earlier in the race. Hernandez on pit road. No harm, no foul. And there it is. Waiting to hear it. Mike Hauser with 26 laps to go will be in this time. Well, Mike Hauser down the front straightaway. And I believe this might be the final gas in the championship hopes for the 43. Unsure at the moment. I could be wrong. This could be a strategy call by the 43. We'll have to wait and see, but I do not see where a pit stop this late in the going with this many cars a lap down would be beneficial for the 43. Earlier in the race, Josh Henderson also pitted, still in 6th. Actually, I believe that was for some time earlier. It was. Around the same time Shane and Colton pitted. Well, right now, Shane Harr has gotten around. Jeffrey Peppers has put a decent gap on him. Colton Ward will now look to the inside. Between the two, we'll look and see who's been found. Is pretty much give or take. Ward's faster 1 lap. Shane's faster another lap. Well, one thing slowing Ward down is Jeffrey Peppers right now. Colton Ward will get in front of the 2, and now he'll set his sights back on Shane Harr. Let's see who's the fastest between this next set, between the first half of the racetrack. Shane Harr faster, just by under a, just under a tenth of a second faster. We'll see if Colton Ward has anything to say coming off of sector 2.
Going low here, boys.
All right. Well, we know where 1 is faster at.
Thank you.
Ward barely faster a little bit through the first half on this next lap. We're going to see what it's like through sector 2 coming down the front straightaway. Oh, do not think Colton Ward has. Don't think the Colton Ward has any quit out. Oh, hell no. Over a
40 pitting.
10th faster. Where is that correlating to lap times, you're wondering? Let's just look at it from the last 2 laps. That's what it is. 164 tenths of a second faster. Well, Ward still has fight in him. I agree with that statement 100%. Shane and Hunter seem to make each other faster. And you know what? I am going to throw this in.
Stay low here, Mike.
Forty pitting.
Right now. Again, going into the playoffs. Well, really going into next season, more of what I should say. These two, I have no doubt. This is just a preview of season 2. Just a preview. And not the first time these two have battled all season. It will not be the last time. But right now, Colton Ward lying in wait.
Hi, Darcy.
Hi, Brad.
Right now, 67% say Shane Harr. Well, long way to go. 17 laps. Hernandez all over the back of Colton Ward. Hernandez going to look to the bottom, of course. Hernandez 3 laps down. Right now, it's Hernandez getting around hard and make himself 2 laps down. Colton Ward trying to sneak through in the bottom as well.
Being a leader ain't fun, is it?
That's Colton.
Nope.
Oh, one good, no one.
The Judging Mass will be in this time. Maddox 7 laps down. Well, never mind that. You still see, I think Ward's still saving.
The ball, Chris? I definitely did, yeah.
So right now, 13 laps to go in season 1. $12 to go. The championship as they run. Shane Harr, right now the points leader. The battle for second. Well, really ain't a battle quite yet. But Mike Hauser on 13 lap fresher tires. Or oh, sorry, I'll say this again. Mike Hauser is on a 13 lap stint compared to Josh Henderson. Henderson on 33 lap old tires. Hauser on 13 right now. They are second and third in the points. Of course, Elijah Fisher back on pit road. More damage to the Ford that's being fixed. Well, right now, I still think Ward's sliding in weight. That's really what I think. That Colton Ward still lying in weight. Nah, I'm about to say this is not the last gasp out of Colton Ward. Well, it's going to be 10 laps to go, make it 9. Right now, we're about to put Stephen Henning another lap down. Henning already 1 down, about to be 2. Very difficult run for the playoffs for the 12. Well, 8 to go. Colt.
Not clean enough for you boys there.
Well, Colt Ward right now, I believe Ward's trying to turn on the afterburners a little bit more.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. That was perfect.
Right on board, down the front straightaway. 7 laps to go from Homestead.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Ward still clutching in. A little bit of a bobble off of the turn 2, down the back straightaway. Harr with about a half a car length separation between them. Ward still saving. Right now, another great run down the back straightaway for Ward. But really, it seems like Ward's still not good enough to where Ward might not be good enough still to where he can go full throttle. Justin Miller said, good to the end, coming in hot. It's 25% Shane Harr, or 75% Shane Harr, in to win this battle between these two again. And I'm going to take Justin's saying from earlier. I firmly believe these two are not human when it comes to this. 4 laps to go in the season finale. Josh Henderson, Mike Hauser, 2nd and 3rd in the championship, 4th and 5th. However, unless something drastic happens, and by drastic, I mean there's a caution, it will be the final nail in the coffin for really in the picture these three. Elijah Fisher 27 laps down, but for these 3 drivers, I will tip my hat to all 3 of them. It's been a hell of a season for all of them. For Mike Hauser, the regular season champion. For Elijah Fisher, 4 wins in what has been a standout year.
That's teamwork right there.
For somebody who has not raced on iRacing all that long, let alone in these cars. A standout season for the 4, and for Josh Henderson coming alive in the playoffs to earn his spot here. An incredible run at North Wilkesboro, and then finishing no less than 5th. Finishing no worse than 5th in the last 4 races. I tip my hat to both of them. Right now, to all 3 of them. But right now, Shane Harr, they will see the white flag. 1 lap to go, 1 lap from a championship. Ward's going to try to look to the outside. Ward is there. Not quite. Going to let off. Shane Harr's led 86 laps of the 156 tonight. Here comes Ward. They Ward into the wall a little bit. Into turn 3. 8 wins this season. Does Ward have a final? Does Ward got a final run? To the outside. Not going to get there. 9 wins and a championship. Shane Harr is finally a Cup Series champion. What a run. What a season. Shane Harr.
Shane, I did not want to put you right there for the win there.
Shane Harr, the 2020 or the season 1 champion for the Inspired Racing League. 9 wins this season, and it'll culminate in a championship. For Colt Ward, he gave it everything he had.
Congrats, man.
Gave it everything he had. Shane Harr.
Congratulations there, Shane.
Win number 9 of the season. And adding a 5-year wait for a Cup Series championship is finally over. Man, oh man. Let's get him up here in the booth. Shane Harr, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. The wait is over, finally.
Yes, sir. Finally. Man, what a race.
Well, buddy, 87 laps led tonight. A dominating performance. At some point, did you feel like that maybe it was going to slip through your fingers, or was it pretty much show up, win, and finally put this one to bed?
Yeah, before that last pit stop, about midway through that second to last run, I noticed that I was going to be short on fuel. So luckily I got behind Colton there. He was able to draft and really save fuel. I was able to go an extra 2 laps than him, and yeah, that was huge. So in the end, it was enough.
Well, buddy, it was a hell of a season, to say the least. 9 wins and counting this season. Finally en route to a championship. I got asked, how does it actually feel right now, or has it not sunk in yet?
It hasn't really sunk in, honestly. Give me a couple minutes here, and
Give you a couple minutes.
I'm sure it will. Maybe by the end of the night. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna have some beers tonight to celebrate this one, and maybe call in sick to work tomorrow. Why not, right?
Well, buddy,
you deserve it.
as Mama just said, you deserved it. But
thank you.
He said thank you, by the way. But, buddy, again, a dominant season, to say the least. The last question I got for you, really, I got 2 more questions for you. Were you waiting? Did you expect Colton to try to make a move anytime sooner, or did you feel like he was going to wait till maybe the last lap? He tried to get to you, got the wall a little bit off of 2 there, but it was really going to be a 2-part question. But are you surprised he didn't try to make the pass on you sooner? And I'm going to turn this 2-part question into something for next season. You two have had a lot of battles this year. And I want to ask, does this kind of concern you going into next season as a potential championship rivalry between you and Colton Ward?
Yeah, Colton, he had me worried. Definitely towards the end there. I wasn't sure how much fuel he had left on board. I know he had at least 2 laps less than me, so he had to really save there. I'm pretty sure he saved it when he was following me, so that helps huge. But I'm curious to know what he had. I ran out across the line, so that little spin out by the line there is all you get from me. It kind of sucks. I'd like to really burn it down, but what do you do? Come down to fuel mileage, so we had just enough. As far as next season, Colton's going to be tough. So, I wouldn't expect anything different next year at this time. Maybe you'll have the same 2 guys going forward again.
Well, buddy, the last question is the most obvious one. It's kind of the dead giveaway. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, obviously the league, Elijah, and everybody in here. Mike, Josh, and Elijah. It was a pleasure racing with you guys. Shout out to you 3 for, running a good race. Mike, I think he got 4th, so he was 2nd highest, so congrats to him on runner-up. Shout out you, Garrett, for the awesome broadcasts every year, or every race all year long, and, we look forward to season 2 and showing us what you got. Also, my teammates over at Toyota and my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, she lit up the comment session tonight, buddy. But
my girl.
For Shane Harr, the 5-year wait is over. Dating all the way back to the console days, he is finally a Cup Series champion. 9 wins this season. Congratulations on a hell of a season, buddy.
Thank you, Garrett. I appreciate you.
No problem, bud. With that being said, we're going to get an interview now with probably somebody's probably going to be a little dejected. But he will finish 2nd in the points tonight. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jings up here in boot. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Garrett. I got you.
Well, buddy, not the night that you had planned on having, but it was still a hell of a run. Just take me through the race. Did you feel like you had anything for the 21, or just what was the plan tonight for the 43 going in?
Yeah, just going into it, I wanted to just feel it out beginning of the race, and like I said earlier in the interview, I was just happy to be here, happy to be fighting for a championship. So that first run, we kind of took it easy, fell back a little bit, but then I kind of found where I could start pushing it, and that honestly, this was the best intermediate car I've had all season. So that tells you how great the Shane is, and Colton and Aaron, and how fast they are. So the car was actually pretty decent all night, but those guys were just so fast, and I was able to stay with Aaron and Colton for a while there. And I wanted to try a little different pit strategies than some of the other guys by pitting maybe a little bit earlier, seeing if I could undercut. Had a little mistake on the pit stop, actually came in sideways in the pit road, so that probably lost me time, and it's probably ultimately what got me off the lead lap. But I just stuck with that strategy, and I kept pushing and pushing, and those last couple laps there, I was catching Josh, and I'm like, that's all I want. That's all I see in my crosshairs. I need to get by Josh. So I got by him, and he raced me hard, but he raced me clean. So I just want to say, good racing with Josh, and he's very respectful. So hell of a win for Shane. He put on a clinic tonight. He showed his speed, and he showed why he's the champion. Hell, I was at 11 wins now.
9.
9. Hell, see, it seems like he won more than he did. He's always winning almost every week. So, hats off to Shane. He was just on point. He always is. He's a great guy, and I know we didn't win the championship, and we didn't really finish on the lead lap, but I'm really happy to come out of here second in the standings, top 5. Really great stuff to build on for next season. So I'm really, really happy with this 43 car, and I can't wait for next season. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, but we're gonna win more. Next season, the 43 is gonna be in victory lane more. I can guarantee that.
Well, Mike, as you will walk into next season, how are you going to reflect on this season as a whole? With one win at Chicagoland, it was a very emotional win that night. The regular season champion. How will you look back on this season, pretty much as a whole?
I think it's a great season, honestly. I know I said I wanted a couple more checkered flags under my belt, but you can't complain when you're running all the laps out there, you're finishing well, and you're contending at least. So that's something we want to work on next season, and that's what I'm going to work on, is being up front, leading more laps, and just being with those leaders and trying to learn off of them. So that's probably my goal for next season. But all in all, very good first season here with Inspired, and I'm really happy with it, and I can't wait to see what next season brings for us.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on a incredible season, to say the least. You will walk out of here the regular season champion, finishing second in points. Congratulations again. We'll look forward to seeing many, many more wins come from you next season, Mike.
Thank you, Garrett.
Yes, sir. Mike Hauser will walk out of season 1, second in the points, and finish in 4th tonight. Unfortunately, Elijah Fisher right now not available for an interview. With that being said, we'll move to Josh Henderson, who will finish the night in 5th and will come home 3rd tonight. Josh Henderson, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you, buddy.
Well, it looked like starting off them first 16 laps, it was going to be a strong night for the 72. Ultimately, what did you feel like putting the nail in the coffin for your championship hopes tonight?
Not pitting on lap 16 is what did it, man. I mean, honestly, if you look at it, I restarted first, dropped to 12th like a rock, and at that point, you're just playing catch up, trying to short pit every chance you get. You're doing math in your head. My brain hurts, buddy. I'm trying to just figure out at what point does the lap time fall off to where I can gain some time on those guys. And we rallied all the way back to 5th. I mean, that was 145 laps of praying that a caution came out at the right time, and it just unfortunately just didn't come. So you got to be perfect. Shane was perfect. He's awesome. He's fantastic. I'm glad he won. Congrats to him. Congrats to Mike running me down there at the end. I had a little bit of sass there because I saw Elijah giving him a push because Elijah had his issues. So I was like, good teamwork there to get by me. But honestly, Mike ran me down. He had fresher tires. So, ultimately that's what did it. Just stayed out when I shouldn't have. I mean, that's literally, it came down to that one decision, I think, is what cost me the race.
Well, buddy, I asked Mike Hauser the same question I'm about to ask you. Honestly, we know that the regular season was not how you envisioned it, but then you were able to find a second win, and ultimately, with your win at North Wilkesboro and everything surrounding the whole situation between North Wilkesboro, ultimately, with that being said, how are you going to reflect on this season going into season 2?
Yeah, ups and downs. I started the year with all the confidence in the world and had a couple of rocky road, rough patches, which you do, and then you kind of start getting to the point where I can't even keep up with these guys, you know what I mean? So you really start getting into your head to, why am I doing this? You start making excuses, well, I don't run as often as them, and next thing you know, you just kind of got to tell yourself, no, you could do this, man. You put together a couple of good runs, you string some stuff together. Had a hell of a playoffs. It was fun to be the comeback kid, the underdog there. So going into season 2, hot shot Henderson, that's right, baby. So going into season 2, let's run the whole season as hot shot Henderson. I think the only way you can get better is to race Shane, race Colton. Aaron obviously not going to be there, but just pointing it out. Those are the guys that are up front consistently. Mike's fast, Elijah's fast. A lot of guys are fast, but obviously we see it. Like 5 races in a row. It comes down to Colton and Shane, so we'll kind of want to be up there. So want to be up there racing with them, and that's what's going to make you better. And let's see if we can't improve that average finish, improve every statistic going into season 2, and not be somebody you write off early, but somebody you keep an eye on the whole year long. That's the goal.
Well, buddy, I do want to ask you 2 more questions. The first one being, did you think after obviously it'll still remain controversial to this day, but did you think after we were out of the preseason at Kansas, did you think that you would be competing for the first ever Inspire Cup Series championship tonight?
Yeah, after Kansas I did. After Kansas, I was like, "Oh, look at that! They had to take wins away from me to keep me out of victory lane." But no, and then, like I said, then you hit that rough patch after a few weeks. It's like, ooh, boy, personal life gets in the way. Things change, you know what I mean? And you kind of get out of the rhythm of running. But kind of got my stuff back in order in my personal life. Wife wished me luck before she headed to bed. I'll get to tell her at least finish 5th or 3rd, in the season, 5th in the race. But I think you got to take it one race at a time. You got to be smart. And I don't know. It's kind of interesting how I think Elijah says it's 75% mental, 25% skill. And I lost a lot of that mental halfway through the season. So time to put some stuff together. And, I'm excited for season 2.
Well, buddy, last question, then I'll let you go. Celebrate P3 tonight. Who do you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. Hot Shot Henderson had a lot of fans tonight.
Yeah. And God, I feel bad. They voted me to win. Couldn't even pull it off for him, and unfortunately, Shane and Colton kind of stunk up the show there. With only a few guys finishing on the lead lap. So, just really appreciate them showing up. I appreciate you putting on the broadcast. So, thanks to Sky, Mac, Jake was in there. I saw that. So, unfortunately, I don't get a kiss from him tonight. He's my trophy girl. But just thanks to all my friends, Nick and Mac as well, if I didn't say the name. So just Weston, I think, was watching too. So appreciate it from them guys. Appreciate my wife letting me do this, taking care of the boys, getting them in bed. Like I said, appreciate Elijah for putting it on. Appreciate you for broadcasting. Appreciate every single competitor. I think it's so cool to show up to a championship race. And a lot of guys, they still have stuff to race for, you know what I mean? But they're not the ones getting highlighted at the moment. And they all were super respectful, super awesome. Gave us an inch. A couple of them raced me hard still, right? Because they're competing. They want to finish up there as best they can. They're getting ready for season 2. But I guess I should have known that there wasn't going to be any cautions. Everybody was being super awesome. So, but yeah, it is what it is. And just want to thank everybody for putting it on, watching, and having fun. It's been cool. Ready for season 2, man.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on a career high finish in a hell of a playoffs when you win at North Wilkesboro. Josh Henderson will end the season finishing 3rd in the points. Appreciate your time, buddy. Better luck next year.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Got to get 2 wins next year. Let's
go. With that being said, he's came back, and I got to imagine it'll be a very heartbreaking. It's tough for me to say it, but Elijah Fisher will be up next. As soon as I don't know why I deleted it. See if we can't get him in here real quick. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do. How do I sound?
A little loud, but it'll be fine. It's more my headset than what it is on the. It's more my headset than what is the computer, but Buddy, I wanted to ask, it was looked like it was going to be the freaky fast night for you, and then what ultimately ended up happening. So we saw the first incident with the meatball flag. What did you feel like happened to cause that?
I don't know. I guess we just had some crappy parts here, and there's just certain things you can control and certain things you can't, and that was just one of them. And our car just stopped turning a couple of times on us. I mean, ultimately, like, I'll be honest, it was just PC screen was not cooperating with us. We froze up a couple times, and that's the price you get to pay sometimes when you're that close to the wall. And yeah, that's unfortunate. It just kind of mulled our chances, and I don't know. We gave it our all. That's, I guess, what counts.
Well, buddy, after 4 wins this season and a lot of top 5s, top 10 finishes, how will you look back on season 1 as a whole? Not just from the driver's standpoint, but as the league owner's standpoint.
I mean, there's a lot to take away. I mean, I guess, right now, I guess I technically get to be the first person to do an interview from their vehicle coming to you live from the Ford Bronco Sport Heritage here. But, we're just sitting outside watching a thunderstorm roll by and do some spotting while we're at it, make sure nothing's developing. But, yeah, no, there's a lot to take away. As a driver, I felt it was a lot more successful of a season than I was expecting. I felt like a lot of times this season I had a lot of times where I was surprised with the speed that this Ford team had, and as a league owner, I mean, I'm very content, very happy with everybody. Everyone put on a really good show, and it was a really good season. We just want to build off of it, and see a couple more faces out there this time, and yeah, there's a lot of positives to take away. I was kind of upset during the race; it just went quiet, but it's a lot to process sometimes when you last race of the season. People who don't understand racing don't understand how 25 weeks going by, you're taking out half of your year to devote your time and energy into it, and to have it just kind of end in the way that it does isn't ideal. Congrats to Shane Harr, obviously. I mean, he deserved it. He put on a show every single week. If we were ahead of Shane, I felt like if it wasn't him or Colton, we were in a really good spot. And yeah, I'm proud of him. In the time I've known him, and usually it's the Cup Championship's been a little bit mean to him. So I'm just happy that he could finally
5 years
be in a position to go and claim it. And I've no ill words about him. I consider him basically the SVG of the field. He's respectful every week, and he shows up. He puts in a lot of hard work. He's always trying to learn, and you can ask him for help, and he'll give it to you. He doesn't shy away from anything out there, and there's a lot of positive takeaways, from the season. So we'll hang our head up high, and wins in the season are good. And it's like I told Mike, he was kind of the guy earlier in the season. He's like, I need to just get that one win, and sometimes that's all you need, and just keep your win streak going. And even the guys that didn't get a win this season, they're taking away stuff. We only got, I think I picked up a lot of pieces. So season 2, when I roll into Homestead, I'll have something different because we learned a little bit. So build the notebook.
Well, buddy, last question tonight for you on what's been an incredible season from you as a driver, and then on the league standpoint. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Well, the guy that is making the lightning and the thunder rolling right now, nothing's possible without him. And staring at a cornfield and weather at the moment, and it's all by his grace we can do it. Got to thank Mom for watching every week, the family for paying attention and checking in and everything, and everybody that I miss. I appreciate every single fan, every driver, and everyone that makes this happen.
Not to mention the sponsors that have jumped on board here.
Oh, the Jimmy Johns, the whole deal. But I will say one thing. I'll hint at one thing. It's a good ride trying to be a little Kevin Harvick there.
Well, buddy, it was a hell of a season for you, to say the least. 4 wins under your belt, including a crown jewel race in Indianapolis. Congratulations on a good season. We look forward to seeing what the Ford can do in season 2. And best of luck to you next season, buddy. Well, I'll be here to cover it.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you do too, Garrett.
Hey, no problem, buddy. Elijah Fisher will walk out of here tonight, finishing 4th in the points. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. That being said, there's still the 2nd and 3rd place interviews to do. Let's get Colton Ward in here. Colton Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah.
Well, though it was yet another Colton Ward and Shane Harr battle for the ages, did you feel like there was anything you could have done on the last lap, or were you trying just not to mess up the championship run?
I mean, the fuel thing was really hard to do. But that last run, I could have, just stuck it on the outside and then risked a chance to spin them. I just didn't want that to happen, so there was that. And then I still kind of ran out on the backstretch there, or coming to the line, so I was just a little too short on fuel.
Well, buddy, I asked you this question Saturday night. I'm going to ask you again from the Cup side of things. You've had an incredible standout year, of course. The last half of the year, it's either been you and Aaron, or you and Shane, or you and Elijah, or just playing out, going out and dominating races. All of this momentum from ARCA for Cup, finished the 2nd tonight, but winning on Saturday. How is this? Where's the confidence at again after tonight going into season 2? Because right now, I can probably speak on a lot of people going this time next season, buddy. We feel like you're going to be a forerunner for this championship.
I guess, getting a top 3 for this series, or, well, I guess the last few races, my confidence has risen a little bit.
Well, buddy, I mean, like I said, you burst onto the scenes and immediately took no printers. I swear if you had been here a week sooner, you probably could have been here tonight on both sides, both for Cup and ARCA. And I want to ask you, after a great last half of the season, is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.?
I guess, again, just thank you and Elijah for doing this, and thank Shane for being a great rival.
Well, buddy, that's going to be one of the best things that everybody's going to be looking forward to going into next season, because it was pretty much points versus wins. For Shane, it was a points deal. For you, it was just wins. Now next year, you're going to throw in both the points and the wins. Buddy, we look forward to seeing it. Hell of a job this season on a awesome last half of the season for you. We look forward to seeing you next season for season 2.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Colton Ward finishes 2nd here tonight. That being said, one more interview for tonight. The man that finishes 3rd is not where I'm sure he wanted to finish tonight. In his last race for the Cup Series side thing for the foreseeable future, Aaron Stanton, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
What's up, Garrett?
Well, buddy, first off, you did not finish 23rd. I got to change that real fast. Well, after a great season for you, unfortunately missing the Final 4, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked you on Saturday for ARCA. How will you look back at your season 1 campaign on the Cup side of things, and how will you look at it as a whole?
Just proving to myself that I can compete with some of the best guys, right? The season was a lot of fun. Can't run it next season, but I'm looking forward to, being race control. Looking forward to the next Saturday season. No questions about the race, Garrett?
Well, I'm going to get there, but But, okay, I will bring it up. Of course, another long green flag run. We saw it at Darlington. It bit a lot of drivers tonight. I wanted to ask, though, as far as from the handling perspective, compared to Saturday night, did you feel like these cars were tighter than the ARCA car? Were they about the same? Really, how did the track, the temperature, how did all that factor into tonight's race?
Cars honestly ran really great around here, and I was super fast. I just got stuck with a bad strategy, thanks to Colton. So we got okay. Let me explain this. So I had a bad pit stop, right? I was slower than Colton. Like me and Colton like ran down Shane. We got around Shane, and like me and Colton's chilling. And we needed a pit, right? So we pitted. He has a faster pit stop than me. Oh well. And then we both realized we're like, crap, this is gonna come down to a fuel mileage race if you don't get another caution, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, like, I can't run them back down while needing to save fuel. So I was like, I'm gonna do the whole double pit thing, and it did not work out.
Well, buddy, again, going into the race control booth next season, I got to ask, are you going to be a little bit jealous watching a few of them drivers run tonight? And then as far as tonight goes, other than the fuel strategy thing, how would you rate tonight as far as Aaron Stanton's final race?
That was a lot of fun. I was super fast. If it didn't come down to a fuel strat, I feel like I could at least finish up, at least closer to them.
And are you surprised
Maybe
by
still
that?
third, but am I surprised? Nah. what am I supposed to be surprised about?
Just it going
Like,
is just about it going green for, other than that
Oh,
one caution on lap 16.
Yeah. I was really hoping there would have been another caution, at least like reset the field, so at least we didn't have to save gas like that. Because honestly, we've kind of had too many of them, and it's kind of becoming a bore. Not gonna lie.
Well, buddy, you'll be saying that until next season, and then you're going to get a 9-10 caution lap race. You're going to be praying for him again. But, buddy, it was a hell of a race for you tonight. Is there anybody you want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Just like Colton, thank you for broadcasting. You do a great job. Thanks, Elijah, for putting all this on. And hopefully I can come in next Saturday or this Saturday and kick some ass,
Well, buddy, we look forward to seeing it and how it plays out. For Aaron Stanton in his final race on the Cup Series side of things, it'll be a third-place finish. Appreciate you, buddy. A hell of a year.
Yep, thank you.
Yep. With that being said, interviews have concluded. We're going to go through the final results for tonight. It was supposed to be 150 laps, but it actually turned out to be 156. And at the end of it, Shane Harr will walk away the winner and the champion with 9 wins this season. And I'm going to say this for Shane. He's going to look back at his broadcast. He's going to hear this piece of advice. Congratulations on the championship, buddy. But starting tomorrow, it's going to be even harder. Because now you got to try to defend that championship in Season 2 against some of the best drivers that will come into Inspired Racing League. And there is some lying in wait, waiting for next season to burst onto the scenes. Congratulations to Shane Harr for winning the championship tonight. Now we'll look forward, as will everybody else, we'll look forward to seeing how and if the 21 can defend that championship next season right here in Homestead. Colton Ward will finish second, Aaron Stanton third, Mike Hauser fourth, Josh Henderson will round out the top 5. For Hauser and Henderson, it will be a second and third place finish in the points. Jeffrey Peppers, another great run. Bobby Hadaway in 7th. Peppers will be 6th. Chris Laota in 8th. Stephen Henning 9th. And Jason Williams will round out the top 10. Tyler Stone, Thomas Hernandez, Robert Wilhoit, Darcy Harr, Brent Hammerhand rounds out top 15. Joseph Maddox in 16th. and 16th. And for Elijah Fisher, he'll look back at tonight like Mike, like Josh, and will think what could have been. But this will not be the last time you see any of these four drivers in a Final Four, let alone the playoffs. We look forward to seeing how Mike Hauser will rebound to regular season champion. For Josh Henderson, Hot Shot Henderson as he'll be called from now on, at least by the Raging Idiot Racing Network. He will look back and think, what can I do next season to get a couple more wins? As for Henderson, it was a great second win in the playoffs. For Elijah Fisher, nothing to slouch about, a 4-win season. A hell of a season for Elijah Fisher. We had taken into consideration he hasn't been on iRacing for a full year, and let alone hasn't driven these cars, but for one season to come out and get 4 wins, it was a awesome season for Elijah Fisher. Them three will walk into next season determined to be right back in this very spot again, and this time going into the race and walking out a champion. But for Shane Harr, the 5-year wait is over. He is your first ever Inspired Racing League Cup Series champion. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as Inspired Racing League goes, I will do it one more time. I will sit here and I thank the drivers, Elijah, Teresa, and everybody who allowed me to be able to race control and broadcast. It was a massive undertaking. I feel like I've done the best that I can to my ability. It was a hell of a year from everybody. It was an awesome year. Look forward going into season 2 next season, just as the commentator. But I look forward to seeing what this group of guys can put on. And until then, it's been a hell of a season for season 1 for Inspired. Look forward to season 2. And until then, probably got HGR on tap Wednesday through Friday. Unofficial yet. Possibly Saturday as well. Do know for a fact Saturday night, the Midnight Racing League Round 2 of the Super Speedway Series. In the quest to see who will make the playoffs and who won't. That'll be live midnight on Saturday right here on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. And of course, this Sunday, Bash at the Beach. 60 drivers if we get them. There will be $500 on the line. It will go from 60 to 36 cars, racing 200 laps. And hopefully if we get 60 drivers, then there will be a $500 prize for somebody. Second, 400, third, 300, fourth, 250, fifth, 200. You're not going to want to miss it. Definitely going to see now the Inspired Cup Series champion Shane Harr in action. Josh Henderson and Jason Williams from the Inspired Racing League side of things. And with that being said, we're going to close out Season 1 officially tonight. Again, congratulations to Shane Harr, your Season 1 champion for the Inspired Racing League Cup Series. I will see everybody again, more than likely on Wednesday for HGR. Until then, everybody, have a great rest of your week. Be safe. Thank you for tuning in to the Inspired Racing League. Have a good night.